Guys, Nate here with Murray Farm and Ranch. Not on the ranch today. Wind's blowing, but it's probably gonna be a little bad audio, but I'm here in Colorado. It's beautiful. Look at these colors. I'm gonna go try to find some elk. But guys, I'm gonna give you kind of a little bit of a rundown on the hunt. So we've been putting in points in Colorado for about 6 or 7 years, and this is a limited entry unit. This unit does not have any over-the-counter hunts. Every hunt is a draw hunt. So archery, muzzleloader, first, second, third, fourth rifle season tags. They are all going to be draw tags. I've never hunted here before. I've done a ton of e-scouting. And because I've never hunted here before, I really wanted to get here a couple of days early and see if I couldn't try to kind of learn the area. And that's basically what I'm doing today. I got off work last night at, I got off a little bit early. I got off at like 4:30. I had truck and ATV loaded up, and I hit the road. 7 hours to Raton, and then another few hours after that, we were here. And yeah, so me and the guys are kind of split up. There's 4 of us in our group. We all drew the same tag. One guy's got a bear tag in addition to the elk tag. And we're gonna, we're all kind of looking at different areas. We're just gonna kind of spread out, comb this place, and see what we can't find. And hopefully I get a big old bull located before season. Today is Wednesday. So I have today, I have Thursday, and I have Friday before opener. And so I have a lot of time to get to know this place. So I'm gonna put some miles on the ground. I'm gonna do a lot of looking, a lot of glassing, and see what we can't figure out. Well, guys, I'm walking out. It's about 6:30. Sun's over the ridge. It's gonna get dark here in a few. I did not glass up any elk over here. Glassed up some deer. It's beautiful. There's a big burn. I'm honestly super surprised that I didn't glass up any elk. The grass over here is lush. There's a little bit of water. It's super isolated. This was a 2-mile hike back here from where I parked, and actually about 2.5 probably. And I mean, it's just like it had all the conditions, but I didn't see any elk, so I have to regroup and go to Plan B. What are you thinking?
I think we need to drive down the bottom of the mountain and hike up.
Golly, that's a good bull. He's
2 little raghorns coming up the back.
Golly, man, he is a big old bull.
Oh, there's a 3rd raghorn.
Yeah, I didn't see those when they first went through, did you?
I saw 2. He's pushing them too. He just bumped that cow.
Yeah, I saw that. We're on elk. Big bull. Big bull. Well, guys, it is night before the season. Elk season. First rifle season 2023, Colorado. We're backpacked in here several miles. Well, actually, this unit has pretty good access, and so we drove in 4-wheelers. Well, we drove pickups for pretty good ways, probably 10 miles, and then from there we unloaded UTV and an ATV and drove in another mile or so. We have a campsite, and so here in the little backpacking tents, and it's going to be cold tonight. It's down in the 20s, probably about 22 or so. It was 26 in town last night. We're like 3,000 feet higher or so here, so be pretty chilly. We've located a couple of different bulls. Saw a really nice bull tonight chasing cows, and yeah, I mean, it's season's gonna be on us in the morning. I'm gonna try to get some shut-eye, make a play in the morning, and hopefully get some video of some dead elk. I'll be so pumped if we get one day one. So, sweet dreams. Trey, what do you think, buddy? What happened this morning?
Well, I think that we made the right play, and other hunters got us.
Yeah, true story.
We played the wind right. We went to the bottom, we went to the top. Hunters came over the top. That was the end of it.
Yeah, so Trey and I, we worked our way up the mountain this morning. We had the wind in our face. Beautiful little spot. We got set up, and I spotted a little spike, and there was we think it was probably 2 spikes in a cow. There's probably more in the group, and they were kind of filtering down, and then what do you know, we see these 2 guys drop over, wind's not right, all the things, and a couple of seconds later there was a shot, and they killed a 5x5. That's hunting. We'll get them next time. We got the got a little I've got my MSR pocket rocket blaring. I'm fixing to heat some coffee up, eat some lunch, get a plan B. So I got some Heather's Choice shepherd's pie. I got a little coffee on. Trey is doing some homemade chicken tortilla soup. Trey's got himself a freeze dryer, harvest dried. So he's making his own meals. I'm having to pay about $12.95 a piece for mine. But
That's farm-raised chicken in mine.
farm-raised chicken.
Farm-raised chicken.
Last night you had what, cowboy caviar?
Cowboy caviar.
That's pretty good.
That was good.
Yeah. Well, it's lunchtime on day 3. Yesterday I put in about 10 miles. The day before I put in about 10. We moved to a new area, and 2 of the 4 guys have killed bulls, both awesome bulls, especially for public land, do-it-yourself Colorado. This morning, Buddy Brent made a 504-yard shot on just a cool old bruiser of a bull. And so we're back here. No other hunters back here. It's hard to get to. There is nothing easy about getting in here. But you got to go where the elk are. We chased some bugles this morning. Pushed them all the way into private land. They bedded down up on a ridge right above the public. So one of us will probably go back over there tonight and see if they'll feed down. There's so 4 guys, 2 bulls down, 2 tags left remain. We filled. I'm gonna have a little bit of Heather's Choice chicken and rice. Maybe catch me a little cat nap for the afternoon hunt. Guys, it's about 2 p.m. on the day number 3. So I'm about halfway through the 5-day rifle season. First rifle season in here in Colorado. 2 of my buddies have tagged out, and me and another guy still have tags. We were all over them this morning, just couldn't get it done. They went on to private land. I'm packed in here, and I've got a big tree line this way. I've got a kind of a bottom below me and a big tree line this way, and so I'm just going to be able to glass all that, and hopefully I can make a play on that. Name of the game here is just be able to see, get plenty of visual out there, and then try to make a play on something if you see it. Not necessarily hunting a meadow. I'm trying to glass and then make a play. I'm kind of squared in, kind of boxed in by private land, and so I'm optimistic. Buddy Trey is back up the mountain and a ridge over, and that's where we put those elk to bed this morning, and so I feel like he has a really good chance of tagging out tonight. It is a brutal hike back here. No trail. It's basically you just kind of have to skirt private land, and you're going down deadfall, and you're going down just all kinds of stuff, and it is brutal back here. But once you get back here, it opens up, and there's a ton of places to hunt. Well, guys, I'm walking to go get my, I went to go get my pack. I had dropped my pack when I started chasing the bugles. And so I shot this, oh, excuse me. I shot this bull. That means all 4 of us are tagged out. Went 4 for 4. Mine's, pretty young, scraggly bull, but he'll eat good. Trey's the same way. And then Brent and Kaylin, they killed dandies. When I shot this bull, 2 dandies came out and rounded up all the cows. It was crazy. They went and got all these cows up, and it was like, man, if I would have just shot one in the air, I probably would have killed a 300-inch bull. But hey, it is what it is. I'm happy. He's gonna eat good. Guys, walking back to camp. I got that elk quartered up and hung. I took all the hair off his head, and I'm gonna go back and get me some water and maybe eat a meal. I started getting sick right as this hunt started kicking off, and I tell you, it's been tough. It's not the time to go into the 10,000. We live at about 3,000 feet and maybe 2,000. I don't know, not very high, and I'm hunting up here around 10,000, and I'd be winded if I wasn't sick. This respiratory thing I got, it's been a booger bear, but we pushed through, and I'm so proud of my guys. We went 4 for 4 on public land, Colorado, do it yourself, non-guided. Just a bunch of Oklahoma boys coming up here hunting elk, and we got it done. 2 really, really good bulls and 2 kind of satellite bulls. But hey, I'm happy. If I'd have been a little more patient, I probably could have worked one of those bigger bulls. Got it done, but I felt like any moment one of those cows was gonna bust me. There were so many cows down there. It was so hectic. And I couldn't see those big bulls. I could hear them, but I couldn't see them. So I just I decided to pull the trigger, let the hammer fly, and one bullet right to the pump station. That elk didn't move a muscle. When I cocked another one, I put another one in the chamber, and when I got my scope back on him, his hooves were in the air. So that's a good feeling right there. Doing some lunch. Got this Trailtopia jambalaya. Son, it is hot. It is so spicy. It's good, but it is spicy. Like no other trail meal I've ever come across. Don't pick this one up unless you like the heat, because it's going to bring it. Well, I'm kicked back. Packers have gone in to get Trey's elk. He's up and around the mountain. Mine is back this way. So he's going to get Trey's. I sat here, ate a quick bite, took my boots off. Man, the walk in here is hard. I'm so thankful to have a Packer. If I was going to do this on my back, I would have had to probably make at least 4 loads. I think you could do a hind quarter and a hind quarter, 2 front shoulders together, and then maybe like back straps, tenderloin's head in 1 load. But it is so far back here, and the biggest problem is not really the length. It's that it's just like down. And you get down, you drop. I want to say there's like a 1,400 foot change of elevation over this little hike. 2 sections of it are bushwhacking through dark timber, and it is hard. But I think that's why there's so many elk back here. There's no pressure. We have not seen another hunter back here. We came out last night. We packed our gear out last night, and man, these guys at the trailhead were just like, "You guys are seeing elk? You guys tagged out? We've been here all week, haven't seen nothing." And we're like, yeah, we did. We went 4 for 4, and they just can't believe it. And the deal is with elk hunting, in my opinion, is you got to figure out where the pressure's not. And learning how to utilize Onyx and Go Hunt Maps and Google Earth, and you can. I've never stepped foot in this area before. I've never been here before, and so I had to learn as much about it as possible at home in Oklahoma. And so I got on Google Earth, and I got on Go Hunt Maps, and I got on Onyx, and I just studied this place. And all of us did. All of our group did. Kaylin, Brent, Trey, we all had a plan. We all had points. And interestingly, we've all done this long enough that our points seem to all sort of match, because we know what to look for. Benches or series of benches on north-facing dark slopes. Those are great places to find elk. Watering holes and travel corridors and so forth. Those are the things that we focus in on. And so whenever we get to an area, man, we just bulldog it. We get in there and we try to find elk. And if we find elk, then we hunt it. If we don't find elk, we move to the next spot. And that's how I ended up here in this spot. I hunted 2 spots previous. I put in not a very long day the first day. We were pretty close to camp, and I hunted. It wasn't a very far walk. In and out, a couple of miles. We saw elk, but we also saw other hunters, and they shot a bull. So my second day, I really focused on this stretch of aspens that was north. It was just it was so good over there. Grass was like knee high. There was tons of sign, but it was all a couple of weeks old. There was no elk over there. And so we packed out, and then we packed back into this place. And this was kind of my third option. And it was loaded with elk. loaded. I mean, I've never been in a place that had this many good bulls in such a close proximity. Pretty good spot. But there's places like that all over Colorado and all over the West, you know, Wyoming, Montana. The trick is getting on and using your mapping devices and figuring out how to find them. Find where the pressure isn't, and that's where the elk will be.